Okay, taking positive action. One of the things that I've always looked at is when you're taking positive action, a lot of people are really very fearful of it. So I'm going to try to allay that fear if I possibly can. And believe it or believe it not, out in the big wide world, some people are still looking at this as change. So positive action and change, they think are the same things, which quite frankly, they are, because none of us like change. I personally welcome it. My wife doesn't like change, and I know a lot of people who don't like change. So consequently, during each day, we're all making those small decisions. Those decisions will affect our life. And very often, I'm sure we've all caught ourselves in this action of, I really don't want to do that. And I'm sure a lot of you can agree with that. So I urge my students and delegates to emphasize all the time the positiveness. Let's talk about negatives, or as I call them, and a lot of you do know, is I call them negaholics. They're the typical answers you get. I can never do that. I have tried that before and it didn't work. I will leave doing it until tomorrow. How many times do we all put things off, or do we know people who put things off until tomorrow? That is too hard for me to do on my own, so I will wait. I'm far too tired to do that. So consequently, they are the negatives. And I come across this a heck of a lot when I'm talking to people. They will always try to make excuses for not doing something. Positive talking and phrasing. I will get on with that task today and not leave it till tomorrow. Now, this to me is so, so important, because never put off today, because it's so important not to do it. I know it's hard, but I can do it. That's another favorite one. And we all try that, don't we? I'm tired, but I will carry on till I've finished it. I was speaking to somebody on a networking call yesterday, and they bluntly walked away from the multi-million-pound company because they thought that the other directors were taking it in the wrong direction. And it was a great wrench to him. He'd been involved in that business for 11 years. And then he said, no, I can't agree with this. He walked away with it and then went into it, started his own business. And within 2 years, he was back to where he was before. So that's important. I'm sure I can manage it if I think about it. So in other words, that's the positiveness of what we can do. I know I tried to do it a few years ago, but I'm more capable now. And that comes back to what Mark said a moment ago about CPD. We all should be doing CPD. We should all be learning. And we should be soaking up knowledge, because knowledge is power for all of us. Problems. One of the problems I found is when students and delegates say to me, I'm concerned that when I do something, it's not going to work. Are you reactive or just waiting for something to happen? For a business to miraculously come in, how many people have been reactive and waiting for that to happen? Do you think you are working on more important work? I've heard people say this, oh, I'm too busy working on this. I'm doing this, so I haven't got time to do it. And that's in a way putting it all off until tomorrow. We all have times when we think we're just waiting around. It's not uncommon. Some of us do feel that way, and some of us unfortunately have it that way. Waiting around is so reactive. Basically, it's being damn lazy. If you are, know the action required to produce results. You need to work on your visions, dreams, desires, and goals. Proactively, people going out of their way to forge themselves forward. Proactive people don't sit on the sidelines, waiting for the chances to come their way. So, set your goals without an action plan is like going to sea without charts and a compass. So the marketing plan, your business plan is so important all the time. And if you don't do it, you're just hoping to get to your destination to build your business without a plan, and it's going round in circles. So the hard work you've already put in, and I know I keep harping on about SWOT analysis, but the more you put a SWOT analysis together to find out what your strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats are, then you can work a time frame out. If you do not convert it into action, you're in trouble.